Hello everyone. Today we have connected for the cloud demo. Before starting the demo, I just want to give a quick introduction about our company. So this is our company's website, that is SmartOffice We have started attendance in the year 2012, and we have started payroll in the year 2016. And you can check our client list, 2 lakh attendance clients, and we have 700 payroll clients. And also you can check our Google rating, it is 4.8. So coming to our products, we have attendance management, payroll processing, and HRMS. So in including this, we have certain additional features such as AI-based face recognition, employee monitoring, ESS and mobile application, GPS-based clock in, clock out, and we have geofencing. And also we have field force management or Salesforce management, and we have API integration, mail services, and visitor management. So today we have connected for the cloud demo. So the main benefits of cloud applications are here we will be getting the data in the real time, and we have data centralization and no need of maintaining any server system, or no need of purchasing the static IP, or no need of maintaining the IT person, as because we will be hosting the cloud application in the Microsoft Azure, and you can access this with this URL. The URL is sohcm.com/smart app. So here the cloud application can be accessed with this URL. You can browse this URL in any of the web browser. So once after browsing the URL, this will be the page where you need to add your credentials, that is cloud domain name and the username and the password. So once I log in, this will be the dashboard where you'll be getting the total working employee count and present employees count, absent employees count, and the devices which have went offline. So here we can filter the company, and also we can filter the departments and even the locations as well. So here you can see that the active employee count is 386. It means so the total working employees are 386 employees, and for the current date only 32 employees are present, and for the current date 354 employees are absent, and for the current date 109 devices have been went offline. So here you can check total present employees count and absent employees count for the current date. So here you can check the employee count by gender as well. Here you can check the count, and here you can check the percentage. So here you can check the employees count by age group as well. And you can check the offline devices with their serial number and when the last ping has been done. So here you can check the top 10 latecomers, top 10 early going employees, and top 10 absent employees, and top 10 leave taken employees. So if you go for the subscription, so here you can check the for how many employees you have purchased the cloud account, and what all services you have purchased, and when is the cloud account created on, and when will it expire. Okay, so in the attendance module, if I go for device management, so in the device management, here we can add the devices. So mainly ESSL and Biomex devices can be connected seamlessly. So here you can check all the devices connected. Those devices which have went offline will be reflected in red color, and those devices which are online will be reflected in the green color. I'll show you how to add the device. So if I click on add device option, so here we need to add the device name, device short name, and we need to add the device serial number which we will get in the device itself, and we need to add the device IP address, and we can add the time zone. For Indian time zone it is 330. So once after adding, so if the device is online, so automatically the logs will be synced in the cloud application, and even we can download all the users which are in the devices. So once the logs have been downloaded, so you will get all the logs here. Okay, you can filter the employee name or employee code, or else you can filter the device logs by company, department, categories, designations, locations, grade, team, and many more. So here we have one more filtering option where we can filter particular biometric device punches, or else the mobile punches, or else the web attendance, or else the regularization. Regularization in the sense, if someone have missed the punches, so in that case they can apply the regularization directly from the ESS portal or from their mobile application, or else the admin has the right to add the regularization directly from the admin panel. So these are the device punches where the device name will be available here. Okay, these are the mobile punches where you'll be getting the location as well. This location is like whenever an employee punches, the location will be captured. If you click here, it will redirect to the Google map. So you can check from which location the employee has marked the attendance. So the mobile punches can be edited, but the device punches cannot be deleted at all. We have one more option here, upload or delete or expire the user. So if you want to add the employees directly from the software to the biometric device, so in that case, we have an option here that is upload user option, where firstly we will be creating the employee in the employee master. Afterwards, we will be selecting the particular device to which you want to transfer the employee. Later on, we'll select the employees which you have created, and after that we need to click on upload user. Here we will be getting the four parameters, that is fingerprint, card, face and biometric password. You need to select whichever the parameters you want and you need to upload it directly to the device. Okay, we can even delete the user directly from the cloud application, and also we can set the expiry date for a particular user directly from the cloud application. No need of doing it from the device, and even we can block them and unblock them as well. But to do this, the device should be compatible. Then only these options will work. So if I go for employee master, so in the employee master, you will be getting all the employees list here. You can check the resigned employees list here. You can check the terminated employees list here, and even you can check the working employees list here. Okay, if you want to add an employee directly from the software, so we need to select this option, add employee. We need to add their employee name, employee code, and the device code and the gender. And we need to create the departments, designations, and categories. If you have multiple branches, then you can create multiple companies. And after creating those, we need to assign it to the employees. Here we can add their official details, such as their Aadhaar card number or else the PAN card number. And even we need to add their date of joining, date of confirmation, and the date of resignation. And even we can add the leave credit date. Accordingly, the leaves will be credited to the particular employees. So this option, that is login name and password, is to log in into their mobile application and their ESS portal, that is employee self-service portal. We can create employees one by one here, or else if you want to create the employees in bulk, then we have an option, that is import and export option, this option, where we can add the employees in bulk through CSV sheet. So here we have many setting options here where we can provide the permission for the employees to mark the attendance from their mobile application or from the ESS portal. And even we can mark them as a company head or department head or HR manager, finance manager, admin manager, and many more. Okay, in the other details, you can add their personal details like their contact number, their personal mail ID, and their blood group, father name, mother name, and their address, date of birth, and many more. So if you want to assign the managers for the employees, like if you want to assign manager for a particular employee, so in that case, we need to select that particular employee and click on assign manager option. There we need to select the manager and we need to select which manager he is, whether he is a primary, he should be a primary or secondary manager for this person. Okay, once we have added the manager here, so we can check the manager list for this particular employee. And even we can delete the managers as well after assigning. Or else if this person is a manager of the reporting employees, so in that case you can check the reporting employees list as well. So these are the employees who are working under this employee. So it means these are the reporting employees. He is a manager of these employees. So if you want to export this all employee details in the Excel sheet, so we have an option, Excel export option, where we can export all the employees details here. Okay, and in the master settings, we have many options, roles, system users, branches, departments, categories, locations, and many more. So here we can create multiple roles and we can provide the limited permissions for the system users. So we need to create the role name and we need to mention the remarks. If you want to make this particular role as a system admin, so we need to enable this option. So once I disable this, so this person will no longer be a admin. And whatever the permissions we provide, only those permissions will be applicable for this particular system user. So once we create the role, we need to provide the login credentials for that role. So here we will be creating a system user where we will be selecting that created role here. We will select that created role and we will provide the login name and password. And we will allow the companies, departments, and locations. Whatever the companies I allow here, only those employees who are working in this company will be visible to this particular system user. Same with the departments and same with the location. Here we can create multiple branches. We need to add the branch name, that is branch full name and the short name and the email ID. Also, you can check here the employees who are working in this particular branch, and also you can get the total count of the employees in this particular company. If you want to check all these employees details, if you click here, you'll be getting all the 1000 employees details here who are working under SC company. So in the department, we can create multiple departments here. We need to provide the department name and the short name. After creating, we can assign it directly to the employees from the employee master or from the import export sheet. Here also the same thing. You can check the total employee count under the particular departments. You can check the details as well. So here you can create multiple locations and assign it to the employees for the reference sake. With the add location option, we can create locations here. Here we need to add the location name, location code, and the email ID. Email ID is not mandatory. This is the most important option, that is the category option, where we will define the set of rules. Accordingly, the reports will be generated. Go for category, add category option. Here I will add the category's name, short name, and we need to select the work duration formula here, like whether it should be shift duration or within shift duration. And if the companies provide OT to the employees, in that case, we can select this option, that is work duration plus OT. So for single punch, mark out punch as. For example, if any of the employees does only single punch, if they do only the in punch and if they have missed the out punch, in that case, we can, if I select in punch plus 1 minute. So in this case, so if the in punch is 940, so the out punch will be 941. So according to your set of rules, you can select the particular option here. Here we can define the week off. So if all these Sundays are week off, then we can select the Sunday option here. And if particular Saturdays, like alternative Saturdays are week off, like second Saturday and fourth Saturdays are week off, then we can define it directly in the category option. And here, if the employees who are working in a single category, so if they works for a single shift, so in that case, we can directly assign that shift by category wise. We can provide the grace time here as well, and even in the shift settings as well. So the grace time in the sense, if the shift timing is 9 o'clock and if I provide the 10 minutes as the grace timing, so in that case, the employee who punches after 9:10, that is after the 10 minutes of the shift begin time. So in that case, they will be marked as late. And if they go 10 minutes early, so in that case, they will be marked as early. So if this option is enabled, that is consider first and last punch for attendance calculation. So in that case, if any of the employee does multiple punches in a day, so in that case, their attendance will be calculated from first punch and the last punch. So only first and last punch will be considered for the attendance. So consider early coming punch. If any of the employees comes early, so if you want those punches in the report, so it means if the system want to consider that punch, so in that case we need to enable this option and miss the punches in all punches. If any of the employees misses the punches, so in that case they will be notified in the report. It will be visible in the report. And deduct break hours from work duration. So if you want to deduct the break hours from this work duration, so in that case we can enable this option. And same with the consider late going punch as well. So if the system want to consider the late coming punches as well, so in that case we need to enable this option. So by category wise, we can select the applicable leave types, whatever the leave types we create. So those leave types we can assign it here, and only those leave types will be applicable to the employees who are working under this category. So prefix and suffix settings. Prefix and suffix settings works as sandwich rule. Like if any of the employee is absent on prefix or suffix day or both the days, that is prefix and suffix days. So in that case, the week off will be marked as absent. You can make it as only for the prefix day also, or else you can make it only for the suffix day, or else if you want to consider both the days, that is if the employee is absent on prefix as well as suffix. So in that case, the week off will be marked as absent. In other attendance settings, and if we enable this option, use HH, MM and SS. So in this case, once we generate the report, it will include the seconds as well with the hour and the minute. So if this option is enabled, set manual entry status. So whenever if the admin or if the admin or the system user adds the manual entry for the employees, like if they have missed any punches. So in that case, once we generate the report, so in that case, that manual entry will be available there and it will reflect in the report as a ME. So coming to the overtime settings, that is OT settings, we have many predefined formulas here. So you can select it according to the your rules and regulations. And here you can mention minimum OT and maximum OT. That is if the minimum OT is 30 minutes. So the employee has to work for at least 30 minutes after their shift time. Then only their OT will be considered in the report. If they work less than 30 minutes, like if they work only for the 15 minutes or 29 minutes, so once we generate the report of that employee, so in that case, in the OT column, the OT will be zero. Same with the maximum OT also. And comp of settings. So comp of settings, this option is available only in enterprise version, not in the light or standard version. So comp of setting in the sense, if any of the employees works on week off or holiday, so in that case, we can provide a compensatory off for them. So that can be auto approved or it can be on approval basis. That depends on this option, whether it is enabled or disabled. So if this option is enabled, that is calculate half day comp of if week off present and holiday present work duration is less than 200 minutes. So if any of the employee works for 200 minutes on or else less than 200 minutes on week off or holidays, so in that case he will be getting only half day comp off, not full day comp off. If he works more than 200 minutes, then only he will be able to get the full day comp off. Same with the no comp off as well. And here we have work duration settings. That is, mark full day absent if work duration is less than 100 minutes. So if any of the employee works less than 100 minutes, he will be marked as full day absent. And if any of the employee works less than 200 minutes and more than 100 minutes, he will be marked as half day absent instead of full day absent. Same with the 3/4 day and quarter day as well. And if any of the employees works for the partial days, that is half days. So for that also we can mention the work duration settings here. So pre-post validations. So we can define the pre-post validations here in this window. So if I mention here as 2 days, so post leave applied within 2 days. So after the leave is taken, so the employee must apply the leave within 2 days. Otherwise, he will face an error saying that the leaves have been, that is, the days has been exceeded. So same with the pre-comp of as well and the post-comp of as well. And here we can mention the maximum OD limit. So in that case, an error will be triggered saying that the OD limit has been exceeded. And also we can mention the instances here, like how many times the OD can be applied in a month. Same with the personal ODs and official ODs as well. We can mention different days here. And maximum allowed regularization, whatever the days we provide here, those many times they can apply for the regularization. And here reject blank location. If any of the employees mark the attendance from the mobile application by turning off their GPS, so in that case, their punch will, they will not be able to mark the punch at all. If this option is enabled, if this option is disabled, then even after disabling the GPS, the employees can mark their attendance through their mobile application. So this is applicable only for the mobile application, not for the biometric device. So validate IMEI number. So if this option is enabled, so the system will validate the employees, the system will validate the employee's IMEI number, that is mobile IMEI number, when they mark their attendance from the mobile. If the IMEI number doesn't matches, then they will not be able to mark the attendance. Validate geofencing. If this option is enabled, the system will validate the location, that is the defined geofencing location. So if the employee is within the geofence location, then only they will be able to mark the attendance. If the employee is outside the geofencing location, in that case, a notification, that is, a request will be sent to the respective managers if this option is enabled. If this option is disabled, so in that case, a request will not be sent to the manager and the employee will not be able to mark the attendance if he is outside the geofence area. Reject blank selfie. If any of the employee mark the attendance without the selfie or capturing any random images, so in that case, they will not be able to mark the attendance at all. An error will be triggered saying that asking them to enable the camera and mark the attendance. So if this option is enabled, then the mobile punches will be auto approved. If this option is disabled, then the punches, that is the mobile punches, will not be approved and it will go for the request basis for the manager. So the manager can approve it or decline it. So we have continuous late and early settings here. Like if any of the employees comes late multiple times in a month, so in that case you can deduct their particular leave type or else you can mark them as absent, like half day absent, full day absent or quarter day absent, or else if you want to deduct their leave balances, so that settings can be done here. So if any of the employees comes late for 4 days, so in that case for his fifth late, that is on the same day, the full day deduction can be done. Or else if you want to deduct the leave balances, in that case, so firstly it will check for the SL balance. If there is no balance, then it will jump to the LOP. Here also if there is no balance, then automatically full day absent will be marked for that employee. Same with the early as well. So this option works for monthly wise. If you want to do it for daily wise, that is on daily basis, so in that case, we can enable these options. So if it is daily based, so in this case, mark half day if late by. If I mention the minutes as 10 minutes, so if the employee is late for 10 minutes on a particular day, so in that case, we can deduct his half day or else we can deduct his leave balances. So the second option is ease mark or deduct leave if the employee goes early. So in this case, if the employee goes early for 10 minutes, so in that case, we can deduct his half day or else we can deduct his leave balances, half day or full day. The third option is deduct leave one single punch. So if any of the employee does a single punch, that is if the employee does only in punch and if he or she misses the out punch, in that case we can deduct their half days or quarter day or full day, where we need to select the particular leave types here. If there are no balances in the leave type, then automatically the employee will be marked as absent. So now classified master. In classified master, we can create multiple designations. So here we can mention the designation name and code, and we can check how many employees are there for the particular designations. And here we can create multiple shifts. If we click on add shift, so here we need to add the shift name, shift code. Here we can create two types of shift. One is regular shift and the other one is flexible shift. For the regular shift, it is mandatory to mention the begin time and the end time. And also we can mention the break timing as well. But for the flexible shift, we cannot mention the begin time and end time, but we need to mention the duration, that is the shift duration. And if the shift ends next day, in that case, we need to mention the shift end time as well. Okay, here we can mention the break timings. So the break timings works only for the regular shift, not for the flexible shift. So total we have two break timings here. So it means we can define two breaks here. We need to mention the begin time, end time, begin time and end time. So in the other details, so we can mention the punch begin before, punch end after. like whatever the duration we give here, so accordingly, the punches will be considered in the report. If I mention here as 60 minutes and the shift begin timing is 9 o'clock, then the employee can mark the attendance after 8 o'clock. If he punches before 8 a.m., that is in the morning. So in that case, if the employee punches before 8 o'clock, so in that case, he will be able to mark the attendance, but his punch will not be available in the report. It means the system will not consider that punch for the attendance. Same with the punch and after as well. So here we can define the partial days. If the Saturdays are partial days, that is half days. And if all the Saturdays are not partial days, in that case, we can select the alternative Saturdays or else first, second, third as well. And here we need to mention the begin timing and end time. So here we can define the attendance rules, that is half day, that is the employee will be marked as half day if he is reporting to office after 11 a.m. So if the shift timing is 9 o'clock and if the employee does in punch after 11 a.m., in that case he will be marked as half day present. Same with the half day if leaving before. If I mention here as 4 o'clock, so it means if the shift timing is 6 o'clock and if the employee punches, that is, if the employee does out punch before 4 p.m., in that case, he'll be marked as half day. Same with the 3/4 and same with the 3/4 absent and same with the 3/4 present as well. So here we can mention the grace timings. So if I mention the grace timing as 10 minutes, so it means the shift timing is 9 o'clock, then the employee can mark till 9:10. If he punches after the 10 minutes of the shift begin time, in that case, he will be marked as late. And the same thing applicable for the early as well. If he leaves the office before 10 minutes of the shift end time, in that case, he will be marked as early. So in the shift group, we can combine multiple shifts here and we can create a single group. And this group can be assigned to individual employees. So if I combine the 4 shifts here, so in this case, whenever an employee punches, like if the employee can come for first shift, second shift, or third shift, or fourth shift. Okay, so in this case, if the employee works only for a single shift in a day and he may come for any of the shift, in that case, according to the shift begin time and his in punch, so automatically the shift will be picked and it will be automatically assigned to that particular employee. So in the shift roster, we can create the rotational shift. That is, rotational shift can be created by weekly wise and also it can be created monthly wise as well. So if I go for weekly wise, here if I select for Monday, the shift will be 8 o'clock and for the Tuesday, the shift will be 9:30 and for Wednesday, the shift will be 10 hours. So in this case, so every week, Monday, this shift will be assigned to the employees and Tuesday, this shift will be assigned. This can be done if the shift is fixed for the particular days. So here we can create public holidays, multiple public holidays can be created and we can make it as mandatory or else restricted. If it is mandatory, it will be by default, it will be applicable to all the employees for the company which we select here. If we make it as restricted, in that case, it will be applicable to all the employees, but the employees has to apply for this holiday either from their ESS portal or from their mobile application. So once they apply for the RHO, that is restricted holiday, the manager or the admin can approve it or decline it. So it means it is restricted to certain employees, not for all the employees. So in the leave type, we can create multiple leave types here with this option, that is add new leave type. We need to add here the leave type name and the code, and it is applicable to all the genders, that is male and female or for the particular gender. That thing has to be selected here. If you want this particular leave type to be loss of pay, in that case we need to enable this option, or else if you want to restrict this particular leave type, that is for SL, so that is for the SL, that is the sick leave. So for this type of leave, we can restrict the future date. So if this option is enabled, the employees cannot apply for the SL leave before. He or she has to apply it on the day the leave has been taken or after that. Even we can keep the negative balances for this. For example, if the leave balances is 0 and the negative balance has been enabled, where the maximum negative balance mentioned is 2. So in that case, still the employee can apply for this particular leave type. Up to 2 leaves can be applied. Applicable leave status. If you want the SL to be applied only for the full day, so in this case we need to enable only full day.
So now pre-leave applied within. So if I mention as 2 days, so it means the employee has to apply this leave before 2 days and post leave applied within 2 days. So once after taking the leave, he or she need to apply the leave within 2 days. And leave allotment from the joining date, leave date or confirmation date. So leave allotment from here we can select when does the leaves have to be allotted to the employees. So either we can allot it for the joining date or else the leave date, whatever the leave date we mention in the employee master, or else we can mention the confirmation date as well. So in the allotment type, how the leave has to be allotted, whether it has to be allotted monthly wise or yearly wise. We can select the financial year and also we can mention the limit year. So how does the limit works? If I mention the limit as 1 and here if I mention allotment type as monthly, so it means every month only one balances will be allotted for this particular leave type. If I mention yearly and so for 1 year, that is for this particular year, only one leave balances will be allotted to this particular leave type, that is SL type. So if this option is enabled, that is auto credit option is enabled, it means every month the leaves will be credited or else every year the leaves will be credited automatically. If it is prorated, so it means if it is yearly based and if I mention here as 12 days and if the employee joins in the month of February, it means total 11 balances has to be allotted to this employee if this option is enabled. If this option is disabled, then all the 12 balances, including for the January month, will be allotted to this particular leave type. Leave avail from. Leave will be allotted from these particular dates, but when can the employee avail it? They can avail it from the joining date or else they can avail it from the leave date and even from the confirmation date as well. So minimum leave per instance. So per instance, the employee can apply for one leave and maximum avail leave per instance. Here if I mention as 5 days. So the employee can apply for 1 to 5 days. If they applies for more than 5 days, then the error will be triggered saying that the days has been exceeded. Minimum gap between two instances. If I mention the instance as 5 days, so the employee has to make sure that there should be at least 5 days difference between two leave instances. And same with the maximum instances as well. So in the register option, we can check the attendance register of all the employees and we can check the OT register and also we can check the shift register of all the employees. So in attendance register, you can check the employee's status, whether they have been absent or present or they have been on week off. If you want to check for particular employees attendance register, you can just filter their name or code and you can check their status here. And even you can export these data into Excel. Same with the OT also, like how many minutes the employee has done the OT. And same with the shift register. So in the shift register, here we can find all the employees shifts, like for on which day, which shift they have worked. You will get the register here. You can export it as well. So multi-approval concept. This feature is available only in Cloud Enterprise version, not in the standard version. So here, so in the multi-approval concept, we can create up to 4 levels. That is, we can create up to 4 managers, and if any of the employees apply for the leave, then that particular leave request will firstly go for the primary manager. Once after their approval, it will go to the secondary manager. After their approval, it will go to the department head. After that, it will go to the company head. Once the company head approves it, then only that particular employee's leave request will be approved. For example, if the primary manager declines the leave request, in that case, that leave request will not move to the remaining 3 managers. This is applicable for the leave type. If you want it for the outdoor regularization OT, then it can also be done. Here we will get the employees leave entries, multi-approval leave entries. You can filter the month and check the entries here. Here we can check the multi-approval outdoor entries if it has been defined. Same with the regularization entries as well. If multi-approval is not enabled, in that case you will find all the leave entries, regularization requests, and even the outdoor entries. in this window itself. So you can just filter the month and you can check the all the leave requests here. You will get the leave type for which leave type this particular employee has applied, whether it is approved or declined, or whether it is not approved and not declined it, that is in the applied state. For how many days they have applied, whether it is for half day or 2 days or 1 day. And you can find the outdoor entries here. If any of the employees applies it and if it is applied or declined or it is approved, you will find all the entries here. So if admin wants to apply the leave behalf of the employees, in that case, we have an option that is assign leave, where he need to select the employee, he need to select the leave status, whether it is for half day, full day. If it is for half day, they need to select the sessions and they need to select the leave type and from date and to date. And if the admin want this particular leave request has to be approved, so he can enable this option and he can allow it. In the leave balance options, we can find all the employees leave summary here. That is how many leaves have been allotted to the employees and how many they have used and how many balances are remaining. You can check for the particular employee as well, or else if you want to check all, that is balance, taken, allowed for all the employees. So in this case, you can find allowed, taken and are balanced. How many comp of has been allowed and how many comp of the employee has taken and how many comp of balance is left. If any of the leave balances have been override, so those entries you will find here. So credit earned leave. So this option is available only in cloud enterprise version. So if we want to credit the earned leaves for the employees based on the present days, then using this option we can credit the earned leave for the employees. We just need to select the employees and we need to select the minimum present days expected and maximum present days expected and maximum leave to be credited. So here we can mention the leave per present day. If the leaves have been credited, we can find all those entries here. You can find here when the leave has been credited and what will be the credited cycle, that is for which month the leaves have been credited. And you can find the year as well. And you can find the employee code, that is for this employee on this day the leave has been credited. So we can find all the requests here. The admin can approve it or he can decline it or he can leave it as it is. If the admin wants to check a particular employee's leave request or any other request, he can just filter his name or their employee code. So he can approve it or decline it. So we have import and export option where we have multiple formats. That is, we can import employee details in bulk. We can import employee personal details in bulk. We can employ particular selected details in bulk. So we just need to firstly export the page. So we need to add all the details in the Excel sheet. So once after adding all the details in the Excel sheet, we can import it directly into the software. So automatically this particular grade, designation, location, company, categories will be created. So lastly, the report. We have multiple report formats here. We have daily report format, we have monthly report format, and we have yearly report formats as well. So in the daily report format, I'll just show you how the report format looks. We can generate the report by selecting from date and to date. So we can generate the report for the particular employees as well, or else we can filter the locations, even we can filter the designations, or else we can filter the particular company, that is branch. By filtering this, we can generate the report. So I will generate a report for one employee. So this is the daily detailed attendance report format where we can find employee code, employee name and their department also. And also we can find the shift code and what is the shift in time, out time, and what is the employees in time and out time, and even the work duration also. And even the work duration, we can find the OT also. If any of the employee does the OT, it will show the duration here in minutes. And we can find the total duration, that is work duration plus OT. And if any of the and if this employee does the OT, so in that case, we can find the total duration, that is work duration plus OT. And if this employee is late on this day, it will show the It will show the duration in minutes. Same with the early going also. Also, we can find the status here. That is the employee is present, absent, whether he is on week off, and if he has done any multiple punches. So in that case, we can find all the punches here, punch records. So if I generate the basic report, this is the report format. This is the basic report format. This is the detailed report format. So in the basic, we will not be getting the shift in time and out time. We'll just get the employees in time and out time. And also we'll get the break duration hours here. So here in the monthly report, I'll filter the date and also I'll filter the employee code and I'll recalculate the attendance and I'll generate the daily report. So this is the monthly detailed report where we can find employees total present days in this particular month and total absent days and total leave taken and the particular date. We can find the in punches, out punches and the late by minutes, early by minutes, and also we can find the total OT done and we can find the total duration also. So this is the basic report where we can find only the status here, that is present absent count here, and even the leave count as well. So this is the summary report where we can find the total present days, absent days of this employee and holidays, holiday present and week off present and particular leave types. And we can find the total duration and early minutes, total minutes and late minutes of this particular month. And we can find the pay days as well, total pay days for this particular month. That is from 1st July to 23rd July. And also we can generate the yearly report also. So this ends the demo. Thanks for watching the video.